Let's go, champ.
What's good with it, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it, Real Talk Boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. One more video, y'all, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to bed. I'm feeling under the weather. My voice is starting to change a little bit. Been feeling a little off since around, I want to say 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon. But I'm going to call it a night after this. But I seen something very interesting. I think I seen it on Fight Hype on YouTube. Usyk was asked about what he felt about Canelo moving up to Cruiserweight to snatch that WBC belt. He was asked do he think it's an easy, fight, a cherry pick for Canelo just to come up and take the belt. And he was asked, would he ever fight Canelo Alvarez? Now, he stated that, he said good for the pretty boy. I don't know what he meant by pretty boy, but the interpreter says he just meant that it's good for him. Good for him. He wants to come up and get another belt. And of course, it's easy pickings. But nevertheless, he has to come up and he has to perform and he has to beat the man with the WBC Cruiserweight Championship. I forget his name. But then he was asked, would he ever fight Canelo Alvarez? And he said, yeah, I could come down to Cruiserweight and fight Canelo. But, I would definitely go back up to defend my titles. Now, that's not something that I would ever see happening. Usyk coming down to Cruiserweight, but you never know. Money talks. Money talks. But let's just say hypothetically, if that were to ever happen, if Usyk and Canelo decided to do this fantasy fight and fight at Cruiserweight for some unknown reason other than lunch money, hypothetically, if that were to ever happen, my thoughts on that, it would be the first time I would bet against Canelo Alvarez. I don't see Canelo beating someone with the pedigree, the background, the experience, the size, the height, and someone like Usyk. Now, we all know that Usyk has a lot of work to do, a lot of titles to defend at heavyweight, and I think he's going to fare very, very well against these bigger heavyweights. But what kind of money would they stand to make to do that type of event? Now, I'm just giving you guys my opinion on what I heard watching, a certain video. This is not in the works. This isn't something that has been stated that's going to happen. It was just a question to Usyk. Would he, fight Canelo, and how does he think he would fare? And he said, yeah, I would. That's something that I could do. I could go back down to Cruiserweight for that one fight, move back up. And he said, after I beat Canelo, I would move back up to heavyweight. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that Usyk would beat Canelo Alvarez. And you rarely hear me say that any fighter could beat Canelo Alvarez, because I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan. But Usyk is on a different level. Completely different level from this guy that he's coming up to face for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship. This is taking nothing away from Canelo Alvarez. He's going to come up and get a legitimate belt. Whether or not this guy is the toughest in the Cruiserweight division, who cares? He has a title. He's a world champion. So that's just my argument against anybody who throws shade and hate on Canelo. Because, I could throw shade and hate if I wanted to, but it's a legit belt. It'd be different if it was a franchise or if it was a regular title, but it's a legit title. But when I heard them ask Usyk, would he ever fight Canelo Alvarez, and he said that that's something that I actually could do, go down and then go back up, there ain't no doubt in my mind that Alexander Usyk would take Canelo Alvarez to school in that fight. Now, that's just my opinion, but I want to know yours. What do you think about this fantasy fight? Hypothetically, should it ever happen? We all know that fight more than likely will never happen. But what do you think about it? It's just a good conversation, you know what I'm saying? Comment down below, let me know what you think. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Boxing. I'm tired. I'm feeling under the weather. And I'm up and I'm out of here, baby. Peace.